Welcome to part 5 of our 6-part series, Keeping Fitness Simple.
Today, we are going to go over arms. We're going to help you do some juicy little biceps and some triceps. Let's get to this. Barbell, tricep, skull crushers, or just skull crushers. First thing you need is just a flat bench to lay on and a nice barbell. I prefer the straight barbells. They keep your hands a little bit more outward, a little bit more tension. You can also use an easy bar if you like. Lay down on the bench. Keep your head on the very end. The barbell across your pelvic. And you set up by straight above. Hands about 4 to 5 inches apart would be your best bet. You want to play with that, see what feels best to you. Now you slowly lower the bar down. You want to control it. Perfect. Bar should be right at the top of your head, right over your forehead. And you extend out with a really hard squeeze on the triceps. That is the goal. Nice and slow down. And you push out. It's a pressing movement, but you really want to get that hard squeeze on the top of the motion, but you want to control the negative also. Not a lot of swinging. This movement is a good tricep movement for 8 to 12 reps, nice and heavy. Play with different angles of this movement also. It'll help find the best way to connect. You can scoot out for a little bit more challenging movement. And you can also bring it in closer and actually go right over your skull as a skull crusher, as it gets its name, and add some more tension to the triceps. Overhead tricep extensions with a dumbbell. Kate will demonstrate dumbbell. So you can do this standing or sitting. We'll do a seated today, so you don't have so much more movement. First off, you need a nice dumbbell. Grab with both hands, lift it up. There you go, overhead. A good trick is, as Kate is, just using a diamond hold, and she's holding it that way. It gives her a little bit more control. You extend the dumbbell up, and then you slowly lower it all the way up. Don't hit yourself in the head. That is very common, though. Slowly, you want to come all the way down to get a really good stretch. That's one of the main purposes of this exercise, a really good stretch on triceps. And push it up really hard and squeeze. And then slowly lower it. Push it up and squeeze. You want to refrain from moving your shoulders around a lot and lock your shoulders in, especially when you get near the end of the reps, 8 to 12, and it gets heavy. Try not to engage your shoulders. It will become a tiresome movement, but you definitely want to keep that tension on all the triceps. All the triceps. All of them. Rope tricep pull downs. Kate here will demonstrate. First, you need to get a rope attachment. Set it on a high part of the cable. Pick a good, decent weight where you can get a nice hard contraction. Grab both the balls. You want to stand with a little bit of an angle, feet together, core nice and tight, a little bit of an arch to you. Grab it, and you pull down. All right, this is your bottom. You want to look focusing on this part of the tricep right here. We want to have a hard contraction, come up. You only need to go to 90 degrees. You don't have to come up any higher, just put a little too much stress on your elbows, really no need for it. And you push down hard, and when you push down, you want to pull your pinkies out and rotate your hands out so your pinkies are facing away from you. That'll get you harder contraction on your tricep. Do a couple of these reps, nice and slow on your negative also. You want to make sure that your negative is nice and controlled. Keep that tension the entire movement. And you want to push nice and hard. Really, the whole purpose here, get that hard squeeze on the triceps during this movement. You also want to make sure that if you are going to step back from the cable, that your cable is in line with the angle of your body. That'll limit unnecessary pull on the cable and on your joints and shoulders.
All right, barbell curls. So Chris is going to demonstrate what not to do when it comes to a barbell curl. So first of all, you want to make sure that you pick a weight that you can actually lift. So we want to make sure that you're capable of lifting it and that you're not swinging the weight. So it's really important that we're not doing this. There's a time and a place for it. This is not that time or that place. So you're gonna hurt yourself. So we wanna make sure that when you pick up your weight, Okay, shoulders back, stand up nice and tall. Chris has a straight bar, which helps with the supinated hand position. That means that when he brings this barbell up, that he's gonna get a really good contraction here on the bicep. Now, if you have wrist or shoulder issues, then an easy bar might be a better way for you to go. So, Chris, if you could stand this way, that'd be great. Thank you. All right, so when he's gonna bring it up, and he's gonna bring it up slow and controlled to the chest, and you're gonna see that he gets a nice contraction here on the bicep. But when he brings the barbell down, he's getting a really good stretch. So make sure that you bring it all the way down. So here, all the way down, and then all the way up, nice and slow, maximizing that contraction and that effort on the curl. Good job. Good job. Dumbbell hammer curls. All right. So first of all, you want to make sure that you choose a weight that's challenging, but that you can actually lift. The thing we want to avoid most here is the swing. I don't know what you're doing. You're going to hurt yourself, or you're going to hurt me. Okay. All right, stand up nice and tall, roll your shoulders back. Now Chris is going to bring them up and get a nice contraction. So you want it slow and controlled, and when you come down, you want to make sure you come all the way down so you get that nice stretch, but you want to keep the dumbbells out a little bit in front of you, because as soon as you have them hanging at your side, you lose all tension, and we want to make sure that there is a constant tension on the arm while we're doing the exercise and going through the movements. So you can do these alternating, you can do them at the same time, and then there's also a variation where if you wanted to bring it a little bit across your chest, then you can do that as well. Just want to make sure that you always have that tension and that you're getting that contraction when you're coming up to the top.
Preacher curls. We're going to start with a barbell. Biggest thing about a preacher curl, make sure you're set up properly. So what you want to do is, if you have a seat, you want to make sure that this stays flat, your tricep area stays flat, and your elbows do not lift off of it during. So one good trick is, as you lift, you can pull towards yourself. Go ahead and grab the bar, Kate. Okay, lift up with a medium shoulder width grip. So one thing you want to avoid is coming all the way down. You come down about right there. You don't want to come any farther. It puts a lot of tension on your biceps, and if you go too far, you do risk injury, serious injury, especially if you're going heavy. But the biggest thing is to keep that controlled and keep your arm against the pad the whole time. When you get into the heavier weights and you do this, it's best if you pull in at your elbow and keep it nice and tight there. But you want to get a nice, hard contraction at the top of the motion. You want to squeeze really hard and nice and controlled. Single arm. Okay, a good setup with this is get your elbow on the pad, really nice. Prefer to offset to the seat. It'll give you more leverage. Also, it'll help you align your arm straight rather than having it close like a barbell. So this will allow you to lower the arm slowly, bring it back up, and squeeze nice and hard. You can brace yourself with your hand on your pad here, but you also want to make sure that your elbows don't lift off the pad and that you keep a really good hard connection with that pad. That's the purpose, is to work on that peak of the bicep and to get a good isolation on it throughout the entire movement. Kate looking all delicious. Don't get weak. Come on. Do a couple. Let's see what they look like. All right. I think Kate's ready now. So, I'm getting hungry. Huh? I'm hungry.
Am I doing it right?
It looked great. I feel good.
It feels great. Let's go.
Feels awesome. Okay, cool. 15 more, Kate. That's all. Done. Oh, well, it is called triceps, and there's only 2, apparently. See, not just the 2. My least favorite exercises for biceps. I'm gonna do a single arm now.